Hestia is the Greek goddess with almost no drama, and that is what makes her powerful. Welcome back to Mythology Monday. Today we are moving right along in this series. We are covering Hestia. She was the winner of our votes last week. Hestia is the goddess of hearth and home, domestic life, sacred fire, and the center of the household. Compared to the other Olympians, Hestia is really interesting because she's not defined by chaos or revenge or conquest. She is quiet but not unimportant. In fact, Hestia may be one of the most essential Greek gods in everyday life. Hestia is the daughter of Cronus and Rhea. Her siblings would be Hades, Poseidon, Zeus, Demeter, and Hera. And there's very interesting detail about her birth order. She is often described as the eldest child of Cronus and Rhea because she was born first. However, because Cronus ate all of his children, she was the last one to come out, so sometimes she's also compared to being the youngest, which makes her really feel like a goddess of beginnings and endings, which fits her perfectly because she is connected to the hearth fire, which is the center of the home. In the ancient world, the hearth fire wasn't just decoration. It was warmth, food, family, shelter, and the center of the domestic life. So Hestia really represents the sacredness of home itself. She is not dramatic because she does not need to be. Her power is in her stability. And even the few myths where Hestia does appear, it really shows her strong connection to sacred boundaries. One lesser known story actually connects her to Priapus, who is a rustic fertile god. During a feast, Hestia actually falls asleep. He sneaks in and tries to assault her while she is most vulnerable. But before he can harm her, a donkey brays extremely loudly and it wakes everyone up. Hestia is protected, Priapus is exposed, and this becomes another moment of what she represents. She's not the goddess of seduction or conquest. She's the goddess of sacred space. Another really important part of Hestia's mythology is her vow of virginity. Both Poseidon and Apollo seek her hand in marriage, but she refuses both of them. She then goes to Zeus to ask him a favor to remain unmarried forever. Zeus grants her request and actually gives her a very special honor. Instead of being tied to marriage, Hestia actually becomes tied to every home, every hearth, and every sacrifice. In many traditions, offerings begin and end with Hestia. She receives the first portion and the last portion because she's tied to that sacred fire. So even though she is not the loudest Olympian, she is literally everywhere. Before the feast, there is Hestia. At the family hearth, there is Hestia. At the public hearth in the city, there is Hestia, and that is what makes her so interesting. Her power is not conquest, it's not vengeance, it's not seduction or war or divine punishment. Her power is peace. In some later traditions, Hestia actually gives up her seat as an Olympian to Dionysus, and she does this in order to avoid conflict. So Hestia may not have the biggest myths or the most dramatic stories, but she's the goddess of the place that everyone is trying to return to, home. So I'd love to know what you think about Hestia. Did you know some of these stories? Make sure to drop a comment below. I would love to chat about it. And let's vote on next week. I know Aries has not been able to win a vote. I'm going to keep him there so we can do Aries, Hephaestus, or maybe even Poseidon. And I will see you back here for the next one.